Welcome back to episode 46, I believe. I'm losing track here, guys. All right. But I appreciate you having everybody on. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe on this video, man. Make sure you never miss a video. Audio's coming up soon. The SoundCloud, Spotify, and all that good stuff. But until then, man, you get to watch our pretty faces, man. But, yeah, man.
What's wrong with that, bro? Everybody loves Parker's face.
Yeah, man.
Got to.
Yeah, bro. Shit, man. But yeah, but if you want to, if you have the attention span of a Chick-fil-A sandwich, then make sure you go check out all the clips from this episode on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all that stuff, man. I know all y'all got ADHD out here nowadays, so it's okay, man. We can work with y'all, man. We can work with y'all. Just get it together, people. But I got a special guest here today, man. Longtime friend. You know, he's been building something special, man. These guys building something crazy, man. I've been able to support them for a long time now. And I've been able to see it go from something pretty special, man. I hope it really works out for him. But let's get into it right now, man. Next Level Creations, man. We got our boy Joseph and Hayden, man. How y'all been, man?
Living the dream.
Yeah, trying.
Trying, man. Hey, man, we all trying to make it out here, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shoot. But let's see. I guess how should we start this? Let's start off with, you know, what's your name, where you're from, marital status, body count, all that craziness, man. You ain't got to do all that. Yeah.
I mean, we can start with the easy one.
Yeah, start with these. Some girls don't even say a body count. It's fine.
Yeah, single Pringle. No, for real, though. No relationship. Name's Joseph Pitts. We have a truck club brand. Find me on Instagram. That's Joseph. Find our club and our brand at Next Level Creations. That's me. From Lebanon, Tennessee. And yeah, we've had our club for about 4 years now, so it's going good.
Sweet, man. Sweet. How about you, dog?
Hayden from Columbia, Tennessee, way down south from here. Just trying to do my thing, really. Hang out with Joseph, do random get-togethers.
Come to all the shows, make stuff happen.
Yeah, man. Yeah. On the come up, for real, though.
Trying.
They don't know the come up, dog. That's why I say all these chicks, man, talk about, man, what they want all this money. Yeah. So like, girl, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym, bro.
That's right.
Yeah. You weren't with me in the gym.
No, for sure. Those late drives to shows, those
late nights in the shop.
Yeah, doing that stuff to your vehicle.
Be having you cooked, man.
Yeah, or the money that you spend, you know, to make that happen. To put those parts out there, to do the different stuff, to do the unique stuff. Like, they kind of. It's very rare to find one that's going to enjoy that with you and like be a part of that. It's kind of like you do that on your own, and then they kind of get to come and enjoy it after.
Yeah, well, me and Justin always say is like girls wait at the finish line and they fuck the winners, as they say, man.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's how. I mean, that's just how it be sometimes. We came to peace with that, so it's just like, hey, man, might as well, you know, get the come up. Some girls were actually. I mean, some girls out here willing to actually come up with you, but man, is it rare?
Yes, absolutely. Very.
We are in a different time now, so
for sure.
Yeah, but we'll get into that later, man. But right now, bro, like, first off, man, this hoodie is fire. Thank you so much, man. Absolutely. I like it so much, bro. I probably won't take. I'm gonna wear it at Cahoots tonight.
Come on,
for sure, man. But like, tell me about this, man. So, because I want to know, like, how did this come about? Because like last time, like. Before I saw you doing any of this stuff, I knew you as a football player, as my football teammate at Lebanon High School, right?
Yeah, man.
So I just want to know, like, have you always been into like trucks, or are you just like this became a thing that you just really wanted to try and get into?
What's crazy is it comes like full circle back to like family. My dad always into trucks and stuff, but we did more of like mud trucks, like mud racing, that kind of stuff. Okay. So like real big tires, you know, getting dirty like every weekend, that kind of stuff. And then we moved to Tennessee probably like my 8th grade year. And I really took a liking to like the custom stuff, like custom things, stuff that's kind of like out of the box. So I went the opposite route and with the clean instead of being dirty all the time. Yeah. And then the whole club, like the whole brand thing, there's some people that do things differently than like what most people do. Mm-hmm. So you're like, you see something or see an opportunity to do something like in your own way. And so you're like, you know, I feel like kind of like with business, like if somebody's doing something and you think that you could do something a little bit better, like we were talking about that with recording and videos.
Yeah, for sure.
So I wanted to do my own thing with the club, and really like it's kind of turned into like a whole like family ordeal, like all my friends, all my family, like supporting and everything. And then people like you that like have known me since football, like since high school.
Man, way back though.
Yeah, man.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
The struggle was real.
Like that was like 2016, 2017.
I was around. I was like a sophomore at that time.
Yeah, 100%. And then it's grown into what it has. Like I literally drew the logo that's on my hat and your hoodie and his hat on a piece of paper in a college algebra class that I failed. And
hey, it's fine. I dropped out, dog. It's fine, man. Yeah. It's all right, man. But hey, man, we get money out here, dog. You know what I'm saying? But man, that's what's up, man. I like that a lot too. Because I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, it comes to very humble beginnings and all. You're able to have some friends with you who are willing to work on it for 24 hours a day, man. I feel that a lot, man. It's very rare to come by, man. So I say keep at it, man, and just do your thing on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What about you, Hayden? Have you always been to like the truck thing, or are you just able to?
Not really. I started it per se, and like my dad, none of them ever got into the cool trucks or wanting fancy things.
Yeah.
And then got into high school, got my first truck, and was like, man, it would be cool, do this, do that, whatever. And then everybody started like making fun of it, and I was like, oh, okay, just watch this. Hold on, give me a second.
Motivation.
Now everybody on that mode. Now everybody doing it.
Yeah. Now like everybody will say something, and I'm like, yeah, but I started like right there's where I started, and I'm just keep on watching me, and I'll have fun with it. I meet new people, and motivation is 110% what it was through high school, and then graduated college and stuck with it.
Yeah, and one thing that I like can tell from y'all that's like really special is that a lot of people that like are doing what y'all do or just in this space, that stuff that like we do, making videos, the trucks and all that stuff, is that we get caught up into like what the other people have.
Yes.
It's like with the really nice things, really tall trucks, stuff like that and all. But like what we don't realize is that like, bro, like, don't you remember where you were at like 5 years ago in high school? And now look how quick you just did that. Like imagine if you really locked in on this whole thing. Like you'd be next 5 years.
Yeah,
insane.
It's crazy that you say that because in what we what we're doing. We go and set up at these shows and try to push our name out there. I mean, we showed you some of the trucks, just a few minutes ago.
Oh yeah,
and you can chase that. I mean, that's a good goal to have.
Oh yeah,
but like, don't chase it to a point where you're not satisfied with what you have so far.
Don't copy everybody else. Do what you want to do. Make yourself happy at the end of the day.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, make yourself happy and do it for the right reasons. Like you can chase something, chase a dream, chase a goal. But like you said, though, like look at how far you've come. Because, I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, I've spent a lot of money on trucks and vehicles and stuff. And I've had, a few cars. I've had like 5 or 6 trucks, like the whole thing. And
don't tell how many failures y'all been through to get to this point you are right now, man.
Parts failures. You want to talk about that? His truck's tore apart right now. His whole engine's out of it right now. So
what, 2 years now it's been out?
A whole process, like the frame, been painting the frame. I mean, you tell them and everything's going on.
Like back to I want to be happy with it. I don't want to go somewhere and everybody be like, man, your truck's so nice. And I'm like, yeah, but like, see that like little rust spot on the frame right there? Like that bothers me. Right. Like I want that to be. I want it to all be perfect on how as perfect as you can get with a 21-year-old truck now. Mm-hmm. So it's just, it might be down for 5 years, but whenever it gets back, I'm like, yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Everything's exactly what you want.
Yeah. And one thing that y'all have that, man, these people that are like in the industry don't really have anymore is time too. Like they got all the money in the world, but man, y'all are some young guys just now getting your foot in the door.
Yeah.
So that's something to be proud of for sure, man.
Absolutely.
Ain't no telling where y'all gonna be at 5 years from now. Just gotta stay consistent, keep at it, man. I know they're nice words, just like, I don't know, dog. Trust me, man. I had those nights too. I got stories. Yeah. But I really see what y'all doing, man. And that's why I'm like so quick to help people like y'all out, man. Cause like, bro, like I see where it's going.
Yeah, we appreciate
I see where it's at.
Yeah,
man. Whatever y'all need, bro.
Absolutely, same here.
So, when it comes to I guess car shows and all that stuff, we had to talk about this earlier, but there tends to be a lot of like local drama and stuff. I only want to go into like maybe the bigger scale of it all.
Yeah, right.
But just for the sake of this conversation, I mean, y'all have been in the local scene for a lot. Y'all pretty much just like well known. I mean, I see all the parades, I see all that stuff, and people talk about y'all, man.
People talk.
Yeah,
people talk, man. So like, when it comes to all that drama and stuff, like, what's y'all's take on that?
Locally, like local drama.
Yeah, just locally.
So there's levels to it, and there's nothing wrong with local people that you know, I think like we expressed earlier, we're kind of like at the bottom of the industry, and I think the industry is like really where it's at. Like it's cool to do it as a hobby, and it's great to do those things, but when you like start throwing shade or like disrespect on somebody else's stuff, there's no really like reason for it. So like, yeah, you know, such and such, you know, has this on their truck, but like that's their truck. Just make yours better in your own case or opinion.
Yeah, and one thing about local that's like, there's a lot of, I guess, they do it for the passion. They do it because they like it. You know, it's like, hey, this is cool. You know, I'm just a fan of this and that. Don't want to really take it all the way there, but I like it to just like kind of like show that like, hey, this is what I like. But for y'all, it's a whole nother ball game,
right?
It's a whole nother ball game. So it's just like this local talk and all that stuff is like, bro, this ain't. Y'all see where I'm trying to get to? This means nothing to me. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you were saying, some people really do have a passion about it, and that was really cool when we first started. And when I first met Hayden, we were going to the small town benefit shows. We're going to these small town like fundraisers at like Trousdale County High School. They like raise money for stuff, school supplies, like going and donate. And like instead of paying a fee to enter the show, you would bring like school supplies.
Bring a backpack full of stuff.
Yeah, right. And so we would all go to Walmart, like us and me, Hayden, and all of our buddies. We'd go just do a Walmart run of like school supplies, and that's really, like I was saying, how, you know, you feel like you could do different stuff. Like you see all these people on a big platform, and you don't really want that attention, but you just want to do the right thing at the end of the day. And another thing is like a lot of people are in it, like we were saying, like who's got the bigger balls? Like somebody tries to be better than somebody else, and there's no, you're being better than somebody else. Make yourself better. You know, push yourself. Like don't try to compare yourself to other people.
Man, let me tell you something, bro. Ego is a dangerous thing in this freaking in this local kind of thing. And when it comes to trucks and all, just in general, bro. That thing will get you killed, get you in jail.
Yeah,
it get you doing all types of stuff too. But yeah, I understand for sure.
Back to where you were like, how did I get into it? I was that little kid growing up, like going down the interstate and seeing a big jacked up, nice, powder coated whatever truck, and I'm like, man, that's cool. So like I was that kid, and now whenever you go out there, the small town drama too, like somebody's like, oh, well, his truck's trash because of this. Well, there might be a little kid that's standing right there that is like looking up to those types of people, and I want to make sure that anybody I surround myself with or anything like that, like if a little kid comes up, like you were that kid, be a good example, show like you can do this, but and still have a good impact.
Right? Yeah, and even for me, like even when I'm driving and stuff like that, I see a big truck, I was like, dang. I'm in a car, right? I'm like,
double take.
That thing lifts up and says, dang, this thing big. Yeah. I'm just, sitting there admiring it. It's like, yeah, this looks nice. So I can only imagine what a kid's looking like. He's at the window just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. It look clean. So what someone thinks ain't really that cool, man, that kid may think it's everything.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And that's one thing that we need to really take more pride in, especially. Exactly. And one thing, like really getting your brand out there, I think this is, y'all really did well on this, is like make sure you get in locally, get good local is a big thing too.
Absolutely. And we're still pushing that. Like, of course we know, like we've done a lot of great stuff, but we know that we're like nowhere near like what we want to be. We're not nothing special. We love it. We do it. Like we've been places that other people can say they haven't been. We've met people and hung out with people that people can say they haven't hung out with, and that's really cool.
Dinner with people.
Dinner, yeah. Stay at the same hotel. You got somebody that like you have the opportunity. Say we go to like I was explaining to you. You pay this money to have a booth at Music City. Yeah, we're going to be there. Shout out Corbin, Music City. We're going to set up there. We're not the biggest people, but it gives us a front. It gives us an opportunity. And we get to go set up. We get to shake hands. And, as somebody would say, shake hands and kiss babies at the beginning before everybody gets there.
Word, yeah.
And so, like, you're talking, not necessarily, you're seen as somebody else when you're there with the people that are setting up that are the big names. Because if you're just somebody running around with the phone trying to get a picture with somebody or something, like, that's great, like an influence or something, like, that's cool. But we're going to do that, but we're not going to, like, fangirl about it. Like, you're an important person to us.
Yeah.
And because, like, so say there was somebody with a truck that's, $300,000, it's got X amount of followers and X amount of viewers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Like, at the end of the day, they're just regular people too.
Oh yeah, of course.
You just talk to them like a regular person, and then you can fangirl about it later. But they'd much rather take the respect side of it first.
Yeah, especially take it from me. I've met some people too that I met like business owners and all this good stuff, man. I think they these people really appreciate when you treat them like a normal person. Because I mean, when you're
Not
in that
fake,
light,
man.
when you're in that light, it's like it's kind of hard to like actually be looked at as an actual person anymore and stuff. So when you have to treat them like an actual person, we don't want to have a relationship with this person instead of just business all the time. It really helps them a lot, and you'll realize that like, bro, you'll get in with a lot. Like, there's perks that comes with that.
10%.
Man, I've seen it, bro. And it's crazy too. So, what was I going to ask? Oh yeah, one thing about y'all is that like y'all have definitely crossed that line between people that just go there or in that long line between the people that are like actually there trying to network and do this for real.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I mean, I think that's just reality. I mean, you can see it anywhere you go, not just car shows and stuff. So I think that's just what it is people that are like really doing this thing and people that are just admiring the view and all.
And what really helps is like people, you know, like supporting us, like, you know, folks like you do. And then also too, having my friends here with me doing it too. So if I'm not somewhere and they are somewhere, you know, like they have that hoodie on or they have this hat on, they're representing us. So like I had to drive to be different. And now all my friends have been so close with me for so long, and we've been doing it, you know, for a few years.
Yeah.
That they see it the same way I do. See, so like we had a bunch of people in this club, and in the past year or so, like we took a break from it. Like we took a break from posting as much. We took a videoing as much, and we really just like basically you could say cut off the fat, because there's a lot of people that just ride, like they'll have a logo on their truck, or you know they're not really supporting us like let's say you are. They're not out there like, you know, doing that. They're in it for clout, or they're in it for just to say they're a part of it, that kind of thing. So it's really good to have, like, I believe we're the tightest that we've ever been. So we're able to come together and like make stuff actually happen. Like so.
Well, there's one thing that people are really driven towards is status. I always say that status is king.
Everybody wants a status.
Why do you think everybody likes to wear maybe a certain brand of shirt, a certain brand of boots or jeans, you know, whether it be Ariat, Nike, you know, or let's just take Next Level Creates, for example. Some people will just wear it for the sake of just to say they're a part of it, but are they really in the dirt, really trying to put the work in?
Yeah, they wear it because they're like, oh, well, that's Joseph. That's his thing. Like, if I wear this, everybody will think that I'm close with Joseph, so it puts me at a higher standard. And we wanted to hone in on getting rid of all of that.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that's crazy, man. The fact that the amount of work that you have to do to like kind of hold that standard will be exhausting.
Yeah,
instead of just like actually being able to like, hey, let me help you guys, and then you actually have that credibility.
Yeah, absolutely. And with people that support us and stuff like that, it's awesome, and we absolutely love it, and we appreciate it, like buying our merch and that kind of stuff, liking our posts, sharing our posts, that kind of stuff. It's really appreciated.
Yeah, facts.
And it's a point where you want real support, obviously. Like you know what I mean? You're trying to do stuff for the right reason, so you want the people to be supporting you for the right reason. Mm-hmm. And so, like, in terms of being in our club, you know, quote unquote in the club, like, you don't want people that are in the club that are in it for the wrong thing, but we appreciate anybody that wants to support us for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can never have one without the other,
right?
For sure, because I mean, like with the support of others, you know, it means a lot, but it also is going to be a struggle if you're the only one in the shop really getting things together, making content, do all this stuff.
That 3 a.m. stuff that everybody don't get to see.
I mean, I can't imagine, bro. It's like, dang, like we got to work on the trucks and make content, all this stuff. You got to film it all, do all that. Like,
yeah.
So, I mean, I understand sometimes I take breaks, but sometimes I take a break. I'm just making so many videos in that time to where I just post here and there. It's called like batch recording. But you can also be in the shop all the time. You can have the biggest team, but if no one's like watching, paying attention, then that's a whole nother thing. So I think you just need an equal. It needs to all be equals too. Yeah. So you need to have a team of people that can do things and stuff like that. That way you save time as well. Because, I mean, time is important at the end of the day. You know, while you're over here working on the parts, someone's over here recording, someone's over here editing and doing their thing there, man. And then you got people out here just walking around, wearing the hoodie, all that good stuff, man.
Just growing.
Yeah, man.
Getting people curious of what NL stands for, really.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it goes. And y'all are in that league now to where people are going to want to find out who you are. I mean, people already follow you. Big names already, know who you are and stuff. All it is just expanding on it.
And like you were saying, we're at that point where, like like you said, where we've separated ourselves, and now it's time to like do something with that separation. Like you can keep doing what you're doing, but if you actually want to like grow into something, like you said, you gotta have those people like use social media, use the YouTube, use the TikTok, post more. Like we were talking about that too. Like
it's powerful, dog.
Yeah. Well, now we got a good group of guys where hey, can you video this? Like, one of my buddies like, hey, it might not be the greatest footage you've ever had, but you have it.
Oh, yeah.
Anything's better than nothing.
And the memories you get from it, from like, hey, just can you video this for a second? And then you go back to your phone and you're like, oh, you remember this night?
It's crazy.
Music City last year.
And then and like while you're in the moment too, it's like you're handling business, you're talking to people, and then you have someone else that's in your crew just viewing the whole thing because you never know what could happen.
Right.
So it just makes it all easier, man. I can't explain how many times I didn't record something and it'd be the craziest thing. I was like, what the.
We need to put up a GoPro, like just facing us when we're driving. Like if we're in a vehicle, we need it all the time.
Oh, little car mounts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm invested in something that like they can like you can like put a mount on your truck or the car and have a full on DSLR camera and it just goes on. That's like that's a movie theater shit right there.
That is sick.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, man.
Rollers is where it's at. There's a lot of money to be made in vehicle film and vehicle photos.
Oh yeah, people are just waiting for it. Like, and if you can do it, bro,
especially if you can edit really, really good, like,
dude,
that's where it's at. I think anyone can hold the camera, bro.
Yeah,
and when it comes to editing, bro,
that attention span.
Yeah,
you got it, man. You got it.
I think they said it's like 3 to 5 seconds for like the average person now. It's their attention span.
Yeah, and that brings me back to ego too, because with ego, everyone thinks that they should be the king, and this world doesn't operate with everyone being on top. There's a reason why it's called there's a 1% for the reason, and I think that some people really want to be kings, but they would be better off being a knight or even a pawn. You could be the best pawn that there is. You could be the best knight that there is. Like, let's say, for example, name like someone in the truck industry is like really big, right?
Blake Fitzgerald.
Blake Fitzgerald, right? If he was to come up to you and be like, hey, I need some help here and there and stuff like that, you're not gonna be thinking like, I want to take over. It's like, sure, I'll follow along. Yeah, like I'll follow along. I'll learn from this guy a little bit.
Absolutely.
Because there's a lot more that comes with that. Comes with the status, comes with the connections and all that good stuff. But
there's so much to learn from somebody that's already
established in the industry that we're trying to get into.
Absolutely. And from where you are, they've already come from where you are. They've been there and now they're way ahead.
Yeah, facts, man, facts. But yeah, I think everyone just always focus on the top when in reality it's like, bro, like you could be helping someone that's already on that motion already and just tag along with them, and then now you're really skyrocketing.
Absolutely.
It takes a team, man. I mean, you know this. I'm sure we all played sports, right?
Yeah.
Football, man. Everybody,
all of us.
Football.
Everybody has a specific job, one special job. I don't care if you're the guard or the quarterback, wide receiver, whatnot. Everyone has a specific job. So if someone just so happens to get selfish and starts just doing their own thing,
that's all it takes is one person.
Next thing you know, they scoring. And now you're not in the playoffs anymore. It's like,
100%.
Now, you all got cooked. Now no one wants to see you play anymore, man. You lost all your hoes, man. It's over with.
Hoes are gone.
Yeah.
Hoes are gone.
They done
man.
Went to the opponents.
They went to the other school.
Yeah.
They done walked around to the other sideline.
That's tough. That's happened before.
One play. That's it.
At the beginning, kickoff.
Yeah.
That's terrible. This has happened before. This is like before we were asked. Like this is when we were asked though.
Yeah.
We were a lot better.
Yeah.
In our later years.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We started out strong. Like opening, whenever I started playing football, I played freshman in high school. Mm-hmm. Our opening kickoff, first game, first everything, ran it back for a touchdown. And we were like, oh, yeah, this is about to be the best year of our lives. Best year.
Little do we know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But what school did you go to?
I went to Central down in Columbia for a little bit, and then I transferred to Culleoka.
Okay. Sweet, yeah.
All these crazy names, bro.
Yeah. Crazy names. Bro, I went to 11, bro. I don't know what y'all talking about, man.
That's us right there.
Oh, man.
Kelly Tech is where it's at.
Kelly
Tech.
What is that? College or is that?
No, so we're a unit school. So like we're K through 12.
What is that?
So we got everybody.
Oh, like
from
the whole thing.
Yeah. Kindergarten through 12th grade.
Oh, is that
in
school?
The same school.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah. So like you'll go, there's some people that I went to school with and they started out in kindergarten at that school. and then they graduated from that same school, and they would get to go back and like see their kindergarten teachers, or their kindergarten teachers would come up and be like, "Man, I remember when you were like this little."
Like, dang, I wish I was a part of something like that. I ain't gonna lie, that would have been lit. Because for me, it was like you move up 3 grades, you gotta go to another school.
That's how.
Then
it was
you go
for
to
me.
another school. You know,
No, you go through the same doors every single day.
In Florida, that's how it was for me. You go to like, you know, kindergarten through 5th grade, then you go to middle school, 6th, 7th, and 8th, and then you go to high school.
Yeah.
Well, here, like, for example, like the school that I went to is called Tucker's, and they're K through 8, and then he's talking about K through 12.
K through 12 is crazy. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
like that's.
You want to know what's bad? Guess how many students were in the school?
I mean,
Just guess. K through 12.
it's gotta be at least in the 4 digits.
It's 1,200.
1,200. That's a lot.
My graduating class was
1,200
69.
K through 12. That's
Oh well,
all of
nah,
them.
that's not that many.
your graduating class, and I'm sure mine.
We have
like
bunch.
400,
Yeah.
500 seniors.
Easy.
100%.
See?
No, 69 was how many graduating. They graduated.
Yeah, that's a small
69
class,
seniors.
man.
69 seniors.
69 seniors.
That's a nice number, man.
Yeah, we had 72, and then 3 of them just kind of dropped off. So I think
Dang, man.
pretty sure my brother that was just a year below me, I think he had 100. So like it's starting to come up with some kids, but nothing compared to the big schools.
It gets very interesting from here, man. All right, it only goes down from here. This episode goes straight to hell after this.
But so I'm just gonna. All right, I'm gonna keep it buck. Right. I'm sure we're on episode 46. People know what we be talking about, right?
100%, man.
Like I just gotta keep it real for a second because these girls acting a fool. But one thing about like people like us, right? Like y'all not just like ordinary people. Like y'all are out here trying to build something, right?
Yeah, big
So when you're building something that could potentially be worth so much money and like such a high level of social economic status, it's like you're going to take your partner very seriously because that's one of the biggest choices you can make as a man in life is your partner. She'll either drive you to greatness or drive you crazy. That's what we say.
Yeah.
So
Whenever me and Justin go out, we like to put women in 2 categories:
Okay.
marriage material or mattress material.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah,
110%. Yes.
they're just, and listen, man, as a man, there are certain, like you be hanging out with a girl, right?
Yeah.
There are certain things that she could do that would immediately just be like, mattress material, man. It's like it's
like you shouldn't have done that, girl. you were doing so well in the marriage category. Now we gotta get you out of here.
We gotta get you out of here. Now, I'm not saying that she's willing to change or anything like that. I think everybody goes through certain things, but at the same time, it's just that these girls are. The sad thing is that I think a lot of girls are actually good girls, but they're
friends. I think friends have a big.
But they're so close to the hoes that we can't tell the difference anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You were saying earlier today, you're telling me that your friend's a hoe, but you not a hoe.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you
Hoes hang out with hoes.
yeah. And it's like, just from a general perspective, it's like you are the sum of who you hang around with and all that stuff. If you hang around with 5 hoes, I'm sorry to tell you, you're going to be the 6th. It's going to rub off on you
100%.
all the time, man. I don't care how good you are. It happens. You just start compromising certain things. You start letting things slide.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're acting like a hoe, dressing like a hoe, thinking like one.
Doing the same thing.
And that's like a great epidemic in our society nowadays. Is like
girls think that they can look like a hoe, talk like one, act like one, think like one,
and not be one,
and still think that they deserve a man of value. It's like that's just you're insane. It's like I can't be out here thinking I'm gonna get a wife that just act like a playboy. That's just I can't. That ain't gonna happen. 100%. So one question I want to ask for y'all is like, what is one thing a girl can do to go from marriage material to mattress material? What's that one thing?
Go ahead. You can have this first.
I'll tell you mine first.
Yeah. Let's get some inspiration here.
She talks about her ex all the time.
Ooh.
Yeah. That goes straight to the mattress material.
I got one. If you don't, I'm ready.
Yeah, you go ahead.
For me, I'm a guy like you. You got morals. I got morals too.
Yeah.
That whole thing. Yeah. So if she's gonna be drinking and partying and all this kind of other stuff,
say goodbye. Yeah,
yeah, no, 100%.
It's like, sorry, man. It's like you're a quick buck now.
If that's all you want to talk about, like, is
going and getting drunk.
You're waiting for you're waiting for the weekend.
I'm all about having fun, but like I'm trying to
build something.
We're building something to delete the idea of a weekend. Like we're trying to have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as like a weekend. Like we're trying to have every day as a week. We're trying to have fun here.
Absolutely.
I want to go work for like 4 hours in the day and then be like, all right, I'm like, where are we going to do?
Yeah,
where are we going on vacation?
Facts, man, facts. That's the whole game here, man. So, yeah, a party girl is what we call it. A party girl, and someone that just makes partying their identity.
Yeah, looking forward to the weekend just to go do that.
Because you got to think about what are girls going to these bars, these parties to do. I mean, like,
it doesn't.
They
matter.
say that they don't. They say that they do it for themselves. But if that's the case, then they would go to a gay bar.
Why do you need all the attention from another guy whenever you can get it from me? That's the way I look at it.
That's what it's going to bring because, like you said, how they're dressing and stuff. Like, obviously, they're going to dress that way, but you know what that's going to bring because there's guys out there that. I mean, we've all messed up at some point, but there's guys that are out there like they are chasing, like you said, they're chasing that mattress chick, and even though you might not be a mattress chick, the way you dress is going to bring a mattress finding guy to you. So
Justin says this all the time. You dress how you want to be addressed. And that's all it comes down to. And I was like, listen, girl, like if it's 20 degrees outside and you over here wearing lingerie and short jeans,
what is up with that?
Dude, we went to Cahoots one night.
I don't know who started that. I don't know what that is. Like this stuff that they wear, it looks just like lingerie. I was like, bro, where who told you that was okay?
Stuff.
Yeah, I don't know who did that, but immediately I was like, "Girl, you got a lot to prove if you want me to take it seriously." I'm sorry, but the way you dress it means something,
dude. I've been here 10 or 12 years, and of course, you know, Cahoots when you're 18 or whatever, when you can get in there, that whole thing.
Yeah,
man, I've been there twice, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been twice, and the 2 times that I've gone have been this year. And, struggling with stuff, you just don't really, you just do what you do, whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
I was kind of against it, but like I understand why people do it. Anyway, but like you go in there and exactly like you're saying, you could tell us thinking differently, that's not the girl we're going to mess with because of.
She's looking for one thing that night.
It seems that way. Yeah. It seems that way by the way you look. Like if I see something, if I have the mentality of like we were saying that trying to find a mattress girl attitude, you know that everybody, you feel like the way that she looks, everybody in that place done commented, done talked to her about it.
Yeah, done said.
And that's what you got to think about. Like, let's take just Cahoots. It's a small bar, man. Yeah. Everybody knows everybody.
Same people. Same every weekend.
And like, the word gets around quick, and you just realize, and you'll see a pattern with some of these girls is that they go from this guy to that guy. To that guy, to that guy.
Absolutely.
And it's not that's why I take body count so seriously and stuff like that as well, because it's like, it's not the fact that like 27 guys have, been in
seeing
and out,
you naked,
seeing naked, just in and out, you know what I'm saying? It's not the fact of any of those things. It's the fact that those 27 guys have seen you naked or have had sex with you, been pound town, all that stuff, and none of them kept you around.
Listen,
there's a reason why they didn't keep you around.
That's the trick. And that's the thing we got to pay attention to. It's like, okay, I'm like, hey, what's your body count? I said, it's like 14. I said, okay, 14 guys, huh? They just didn't want you out, like after all that stuff. I said, okay. Not the fact you had sex with them, no. It's the fact that like they didn't keep you around afterwards.
Just to comment on that, I'm going through that exact thing right now, and it's crazy, but no, I'm gonna be dead honest with you. Okay?
Yeah, be real, man. Come on.
So, was with certain female.
Word. Oh, Lord.
Chose. Like really kind of wanted to have fun, do that kind of thing. And I'm over here trying to, this was 2 years ago. So I already kind of had my mind up like which direction I wanted to go. Didn't want the girl that went out there and did that kind of stuff. And like I said, my ideology on that has changed some since then, of course.
I mean, I'm sure you're all about having fun.
Absolutely.
And stuff like that, but like
there's a different place.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you can.
There's certain things that you do in a relationship that you shouldn't do when
you're single.
Like, yeah.
And so, it was over a year that me and this girl were separated, right? Much respect, like nothing. But that was an idea, like that thought comes to your mind because while I'm out here, a couple, one girl, 2 girl, just a couple, and then you see them at those places, see how they're dressing, see how that's going down. That thought is in your mind of, like you were saying, like how fast that can go up and how fast it just doesn't mean like much to somebody.
Yeah. And like I said, stats, man, from a good or bad perspective, it's like, do you really want a girl by your side, dressed like that? Ugh. Now, I get some guys don't really care, of course, but like for me, it's like if I'm taking this like really seriously, like I'm not like think about it, like we're talking about like me and grandma here, like you ain't finna wear that.
Well, like
I'm sorry.
Well, like you're saying, like if I got a good looking girl, I know she's a good looking girl. There's gonna be dudes looking regardless of what she's wearing.
Oh no, of course.
But like if you want to wear something that's revealing and stuff like that, like cool. If you're with me.
Yeah, don't go off by yourself and be wearing that.
And that's the thing too. Is like we know what promiscuous looks like, right? Like I'm not talking about like a crop top with some jeans, especially if it's like summertime. Like I get it's hot outside, right?
Yeah, whatever.
I'm talking about like
20 degrees.
I'm talking about like 2 months ago.
They have booty shorts on.
These girls are out here
with lingerie on,
over here, like just sitting there in the line of cahoots, just
the white boots.
So look at you
with the white boots,
sparkly. Them sparkly boots, the one Make a Wish where you click and all that bull crap.
Oh,
but but the white boots too. They'll get you for sure. Yeah,
that's more of a Nashville thing, but
I don't know. It's moved everywhere. Like everybody that goes to any country concert or whatever, they all put on these boots and
country.
Yeah, and then they take them off halfway back to their car because they didn't even break them in. They ain't worn them. They ain't comfortable to them. They're like, oh no, these hurt my feet. Well, then you need to be wearing them more.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you gotta get with it. Beauty hurts, man. I'm sorry. These girls, apparently no. But the one thing I'm really against when it comes to party girls is that girls going to the club or to the bar, they going for very little reason, and those reasons are attention. That's the biggest one, is attention. Because they go with these group of girls swearing up and down that they're going for themselves to have fun, or I look like this for myself. I said, girl, like, look, keep it buck, man. Like, you can talk to me, right? Like, listen, you like the attention that you're getting. You like the attention that you're getting, right?
And in my situation, it's like, how do you the way I think about it is like they focus on like the weekend and what they're gonna do, like going to these places and doing these things.
You see on Snapchat too. It's like, I can't wait for Friday or what?
Yeah,
on a Monday
or like they treat it as like their main source of happiness.
On a Saturday. Like they wait for already. Yeah. Crazy, man.
Monday. Is it the weekend yet? Yeah.
It's like, girl, go to work, man.
What y'all doing this weekend?
Or like middle of the week, what's the move? The move is work.
That is the biggest pet peeve of mine, dude. People that also, too, like getting into the kind of review, going back on what we were doing with the truck stuff. Mm-hmm. People that like talk down on you, that talk down on you, you're not going to address it or pay attention to it. But the same people that don't like, the same people are like, it must be nice, are the same people that aren't doing what you're doing during the middle of the week, that don't have the money or don't have the, connections that you do. Yeah. And then they're the same people that are asking what's the move during the week when you're literally 2:00 and you're still working your ass off in there.
That's true, man.
What's the move?
Work. It's like, you really, yeah. Because, I think that's one thing as a man when it comes to like happiness and all that crazy stuff. Me personally, I never really paid attention on whether I'm like happy or not. I'm just focused on like, am I building something? Because as a man, it's like, that's my source of happiness. Is like, am I working towards something that's like bigger than myself? Right. Because that's what y'all are doing right now. And it's like, no matter what you do, whether it's trying to be a basketball player or do whatever you want to do in life, if you're actually trying or not. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And if you're really uncomfortable in a situation that you don't want to be in, it's like you cannot exist there. Yeah. Because even in the deepest sleep, if your arm's laid a certain way, you're going to wake up and move your arm out, Yeah. So
for me also too, we all see it. We all watch TikTok, boys. We all watch it. Yeah. I seen something and it was like, it was about options. I feel like people think that they're too quick to get rid of something that is good. Like somebody will tell you that they love you, but they might, but the slightest bit of inconvenience or the slightest bit of a rough patch in the relationship, I think nowadays they're too focused on, if this doesn't work out, like if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be kind of mentality. And it's one of those things where like you want that person that's going to grind it out with you, but they're too focused on the options that they have out there. They're so quick to get rid of something that could be actually good in the long run.
Oh yeah, social media guys all cooked. Yeah, for Absolutely. Sure. It has
people fumbling genuine people out here for sure. And it's a tragedy for real because I mean, social media can get a small town girl from Lebanon some access to a guy that's on the other side of the country. You know what I'm saying? And back then, it used to not be like that. Usually, all you had was
what's in your town.
What's in your town, and you really didn't know that you were pretty or not. Now, girls are like attractive, like they know that they're attractive.
Even the ugly ones think that they're attractive too.
Don't get me started.
Like don't get me started, ugly man. Ones.
Don't get me started. Nah, hold on, man. Let me tell you something, that's real, bro. Time out. Pause. Average women nowadays think that they don't deserve average men. Does that make sense?
The respect level is not there.
It's insane, bro. And that's one thing that guys want in a relationship is to feel respected.
Yeah.
It's like we desire respect as we desire oxygen. The times where I felt like a menace to society was when I felt disrespected.
Dude, I can't stand disrespect.
I'd be ready to risk it all because I got disrespected, dog.
That's why I went there.
And it's like, and it's not to say like I'm crazy or nothing because any other man with good sense or just that like with that standard for themselves, like if they feel disrespected, it's like, bro, like I'm ready to, whoop some ass or something like that. Like I'm ready to get up out of here. Like, I'm not finna do this because that's just not me.
It's like we all work hard for what we got. Money. You work multiple jobs. I work one. He works a hard ass job, and it's like we get this money and we focus on one girl. Like we take care of her how she wants to be taken care of. All these like. I guess you could say we could go back to TikTok again. All these things that women say that they want. You can provide all that. But it's the same thing with the respect that I could date you for 6 months and something stupid just ends our relationship that you just don't.
Phone dies out of the middle of nowhere. Your phone dies. Boom, it's over. Get out of here.
And then the slightest like that, the inconvenience, and then you're ready to just throw in everything. But then you were just telling me that you love me and like I'm spending money on you, spending time with your family, taking you to the restaurants, doing the extra stuff. Like there's normal stuff in a relationship, and then there's extra. There's above and beyond. Yeah, and I'm a really big I'm a hard lover. Like I'm gonna take care of you.
No, yeah, for
and
sure.
So I'm providing more than.
That's why when they do some fuck shit, it's like dang, like what the fuck?
That's crazy.
Yeah. What the fuck's going on over here?
Yeah, but then that's the same girl that like the next week got a new man.
Tough. Like I know what you're talking about. Man. Yeah. You ain't gotta say it. You ain't gotta say it. Is it is she short?
Moderately, yeah. We can talk about that. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. I'll just want to make sure which one I'm getting. Okay. Cool.
And that's what's crazy is literally like I'm not trying to put that on blast, but I'm just trying to make that known for everybody. Like in general, like in speaking terms of relationships, but
it's crazy the amount of options that these girls have,
and they're out in public, and it doesn't seem to be a problem
with
anybody else. Like all these people. Again, I am not somebody that's important, and I'm not somebody like I got a couple followers. I know some people just because of what I do and like who I know.
Shit, I know I ain't shit.
That's what I'm saying. Ain't shit. That's what I definitely don't look the best.
But where I'm going with this is I know that too. But also too, people know who Parker is. Yeah. There's people that know who I am. There's people with trucks that know who Joseph is. There's people that work in the same field that know who I am. There's people that go to the same church. There's same people that go to these places that I go. There's
like people know who you are,
and then they see
that gets around,
and they see said person that you were just posting all over your social media, and that you're like literally taking such good care of, and then the next week it's like new man, who this?
That's crazy. Yeah,
it's wild.
Thinking that man ain't gonna get the same thing. It's like how quick she just left me. You don't think that's gonna happen to you?
Yeah, I'll give you everything in the world, but the second you are not home when I say be home because you're working,
dude's got some crazy stuff.
Then I'm gonna go see.
Talk about it, dog.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Yeah, give me a story, man.
Well, there's this girl met in high school sweethearts, whatever you want to call it, which is cool, whatever. Mm-hmm. But at 20 years old, technically at like 17. I was like, man, I want to be different. I want to buy a house before I'm 21. Like, I want that house before I'm 21. So at 20, I went and bought it by myself.
Facts.
Just did it. Had the girlfriend for 2-3 years. And I was like, hey, listen, you don't like your home life that much? Move in. Whatever.
Sleep off her feet type shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like whatever. Come on. I will take care of you, whatever you want, as long as you communicate with me. Hey, I would like to have this. I would like to go here. Cool. I might go work 16, 17 hours and then get home. but you've been home all day because I told you focus on your school. You don't have to have a job. Like, here's my credit card. Here's this.
You think a girl would like treat you like a king after all
like
this, right?
whatever you need, it is yours.
It's like girls want struggle nowadays.
Yeah.
Yo, that is crazy.
And then like nails, hair, whole 9 yards. And then I continue working my job, and she's like, well, I want you to be home more. Okay, if you want to be home more, then, or if you want me home more, then you can't go get your hair done every other week. You can't get your nails done every other week because I got to pay for that.
And that's the thing too. Girls got like you gotta pick a struggle, girls. You can either tolerate a busy man or babysit a broke one.
Exactly.
That's how it goes, man.
And that's exactly what happened. Is it just went to that. I texted her. We had a dog together, and I get the messages for it. And I like my dog. Like, whatever, she took her, but I like my dog. Well, I got the message about it, so I sent it to her. Like, copied and pasted the text message I got about the dog. Mm-hmm. Sent it. Well, then we got to talking because we ain't talked in a year, and I was like, look, I got to know. Like, what did I do? You just weren't home enough. Okay, well, and she was like, yeah.
You know what I'm doing outside of this house?
And now she's got to pay for her own hair. She's got to pay for her own nails. She's got to pay half of the rent. She's got to pay half of the bills.
With the guy she was cheating on him with.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Nope. Like, nah, man. Nah, that's tough, bro. Girls just be wanting to struggle, man.
Yeah.
And
they co-sign for a car, like whatever you need. I was the primary. Like, technically, if I was an asshole, I could be like, show up to the house.
Yeah, let me get that.
Let me get my
you
car
could have
back.
done all type of shit, but instead you helped her out at the kindness of your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Even at the end of the day, like, I knew she was cheating, and I let her stay in the house. I'm not going to put somebody on the street. You can do me however dirty you want to do me, but I'm not going to put you on the street. I'm not like that.
I feel you.
My mom, my dad, nobody raised me that way. So I was like, cool, you can stay in the house. Whatever. I'm going to work more. Like, I went to full blown just working 24/7, coming up here, seeing Joseph, staying with him Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
Whole 9 yards. Well, then I end up becoming friends with one of her ex-best friends, figured out they weren't best friends no more. And I was like, I got to know. How bad was my name drug through? And she was like, you don't want to know.
Yeah, that's
Don't even ask questions because you will be broken. And I'm like, I gave you everything you wanted. You just had to ask.
They lie like a motherfucker on your name.
And what's crazy about that is like, and I screenshot this the other day.
Yeah.
And it says, your communication is so bad because you listen to respond, not to understand.
Man, that's real. That's real shit, man.
Because in my recent situation, like, you know, compared to him as well, me specifically, I didn't want something to happen or something to be done, but instead of doing it, and like communicating about it and respecting it, like, you have to have, there's things that you're going to want to do that you shouldn't probably do when you're in a relationship if you like care for that person as much as you care for them.
Yeah.
Because if I care about homie, this is a good example. If I care about him, I'm not going to go screw his ex.
Yeah,
that's wrong.
Tough. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
But you care about me and what I feel and my morals, so you're going to go do that?
Nah, yeah. They never cared, really.
Never cared. Yeah, and then they're going to, like, throw it up in your face. Like, oh, yeah, I went and done that. That's crazy. That's immature as shit.
Crazy. That's immature, man. I think one thing that I struggled figuring out as a kid was that I was raised by a single mom.
Absolutely.
Me too.
But and one thing
I love your mom. I remember when she used to work over there and cut my hair in
man,
town.
Love her to death, man. I need another haircut. Shit,
hey.
I ain't gonna lie. But like one thing about her was that you know, I'll ask her like, hey, like, what do like girls like, right?
Yeah.
Basically, they would describe everything and stuff like a nice guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not.
And one thing, and one thing is that like when I hear that I'm a nice guy, it's like
I'm friend zoned.
Like friend zone. Like I don't know, I feel disrespected here for a second. It's like not to say that like I'm a kind person. I like to say I'm a good man. I'm a good man. That's why I like to. When I hear like, oh, he's a good man. Yeah, I like that. A nice guy. You think you just walk all over me? No, I'm sorry, girl. That ain't gonna happen because
nice guy.
Girls. Whenever one thing, this is something that was very controversial that I had to go through and stuff, is that when you put someone on a pedestal, they're forced to look down on you. Like if I was to put him on a pedestal right here, he can't talk to us looking straight. He got to look down on us. You know what I'm saying? So girls don't respect people. Girls don't respect men that they are equal or above.
Right.
You have to be the best. You have to be better than her in every category possible, money, status, and all that stuff, in order for her to look up to you, or for you to like teach her a thing or two. Because when she thinks she can do better than you, oh nah, yeah, it's over with. And
or like they don't the understanding thing. They're not going to understand you, and they take what you're telling them as just a way to get back at you, like just a way to an argument, basically, just a way to start a conflict.
Well, yeah, and let me give you an analogy, right? Who's more likely to work harder at a job? Someone that knows that they are going to have that job for 10 more years?
Yeah.
Or someone that can lose their job tomorrow?
Absolutely.
Someone that can lose that job tomorrow, right?
Guaranteed.
Which is why I say that in order for a woman to really value a man in a relationship, she has to feel like she can lose that man.
Yeah.
Most girls feel like that no matter what they do, it's like, man, I can do whatever. He's still going to be in that relationship.
He ain't going nowhere.
He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it came down for me.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, I got him. He's good.
It's like, no matter what. I had a woman tell me, no matter what, I know you're always going to be there for me.
That's crazy.
Like, nah, bro. It'd be just little things like that guys don't catch on to that be just crazy. And like I said, respect, man. Girls, I can fuck a girl that I hate.
Yeah.
Or she can hate me, but as long as the respect is there, she can't love me at all. But if the respect is there, it will work out always. Always. A girl can love you to death, man, but never respect you. And now,
absolutely.
And I blame this on weak men, so to speak, because most of these girls have gotten with weak men, emotional men that rely on their emotions all the time, and now they don't even know what a real man looks like anymore.
Yeah.
So whenever they come across a man that has boundaries, morals, actually carries himself, has something going for him, they don't know how to react.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Or sacrifice on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, sacrifice. That don't happen nowadays.
Sacrifice on both sides. It's kind of like you said, like we treat women so great. It's just like they're not going to sacrifice what they want to do. Even if you're against it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Apparently, like, it's okay, you do it. It's a problem if I do it. Like,
yeah.
But basically,
I got options.
Yeah. I can have, or you can have 250 guys in your phone, but I can't have a girl best friend. Can't have none of
not
that.
one.
None of that. If there is a female that pops up on your phone, argument there.
It's game over.
You are now in the doghouse.
Who's that? Oh, well, that's just a friend. Or like, here's a
Oh,
good
someone
one.
I did business with,
Yeah.
for the truck stuff. It's like, well, I don't like her.
Yeah.
Well, girl, this is business,
So-
not
yeah.
but personal.
Your truck popped up on this YouTuber's page, and some girl was sitting on it. Okay, was I in the video?
Yeah.
Was I anywhere around?
That's another thing I want to. Somebody taking pictures on my truck. Just any,
It's a nice truck.
any female, dude. It's a collaboration. If they have some followers, I have some followers.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen. Now, if I'm with a girl, my girl's gonna be the one that's mostly on my like. I want to. That's my girl. You know, she's
Yeah.
gonna look good. I'm gonna love her, take care of her, and like I want to show
Throw her off type shit, yeah.
Yeah, show her off with the truck.
I
You know,
feel you, man,
that's my
yeah.
thing. But like, if I'm not in a relationship and there's some girl that other girls don't like that's on my truck, you got to realize that we both talked about it, and that's going to benefit both of us. And we're just trying to push both of us at the same time. It doesn't matter if you don't like that person.
Yeah, and in our line of work and stuff like that, what we're trying to do is that like a girl has to understand like what we do, what we gotta do to get our name out there and stuff like that. Because I mean, hey, sex sells, guys. I'm sorry.
Yes.
You put a girl on your page, next thing you know, you got an extra 1,000 likes, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
Or people try to like associate with you with that person or like something that person has done. Like if like people will be messaging you and like, oh, you're with them, or like, oh, you're doing this, or like, oh, you're doing whatever. Well, honestly, I'm just doing like whatever I can to just keep going. I'm trying to, you know what I mean? It's not like just because you see somebody posing on my truck. For example, there's a detailing company out there, and they had one of their female girls that they have at their show. They got like models, I guess that you could say, for their products.
Yeah.
Comes, takes a video with my truck, shines my truck up. Okay, but somebody's gonna see that girl wiping down my truck, and then they're gonna relate me to something that she's done before in the past, or oh well, we know her, or oh she did this, or oh she's this kind of person. Well, guess what? I don't care who she is.
man, she ain't done nothing to me, dog.
This multi-million dollar company that just sent her over there to do that video. Yeah, they're using her because of her good looks, but I'm wanting the bigger. I don't care about the female. I'm looking at the bigger picture.
One thing that people have to understand is that when it comes to men and women in general, is that we are not the same.
No.
We can never be the same, because if we were all equal, what's the point of needing each other? You know, the best thing that I like about women is that they're not a man. That's just, I mean, that's just,
I don't want to.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But over here. Like, I'm just keeping it real because like with girls, and this is one thing I have to like sear in some girls' brains because they've been so used to like having to go like work for stuff like that. Is like, girl, you have already been born with your value. You've already been born with it. You know what we call it your looks. Your looks have already can get you indoors that will take me decades to get into. Yeah. You could get on a yacht at 19 years old. You know what I got to do to get on that yacht? I got to be a 50-year-old billionaire or something like that to that degree.
I got to own a business or own this or own that or bring this much money to the party or whatever.
You know what you got to do?
Put on a skanky
post a bikini picture.
Yeah.
Put a couple of hashtags on it. Yeah. Oh, man.
All of a sudden.
Over with.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Ding.
The beauty of this whole thing is like men and women are different. And for guys, the beauty of being a man is that you start out with nothing, but you get to create whoever you want to be as a man.
Right.
But as a girl, it's like you're born with your value. And at 18, your prime has started. When it comes to your looks and all that, so like everybody wants you, but then when you're like 30, you're like, I'm sorry, like your options have dwindled down a little bit. I'm sure that obviously you can set the clock back a little bit by working out, doing things, this and that.
Yeah, but you can't take back
the
30 dudes that you slept with in your 20s.
Yeah, or the amount of like attention or the amount of like the amount of attention you were getting when you're 18 is nowhere near when you were 30 or like when you're 30. You know what I'm saying? But as a man, I mean, I'll tell you this right now. I mean, when I was 18 years old, I mean, I wasn't nothing. I wasn't shit.
No.
You know, now I'm 23. I'm just now starting to like get a little bit. You know, I'm just now starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Starting to get my sanity back. But for a girl, this is why we say body count is very important. As a man, even if they say that they don't, it's like something on the inside is like, bro, if I tell you right now, if that girl had 10 BBCs in and out of her butthole, you're gonna break her neck, bro. I'm sorry, man. We're not gonna sit here and act like it don't matter, right?
Yeah, like that didn't happen.
Yeah,
like it didn't.
We can't take that back.
Yeah, and that's why I'm so big on body count because like I had a girl that I was with, and maybe like a couple of weeks, a month later, she's with someone else. You gotta think about it, bro. It's like this guy is like. Let's take like cheating, for example. Have you ever been cheated on?
Yeah, all three of my main relationships.
Girls be thinking like, oh, I'm sorry, what they're thinking clearly. It's like, bro, like whenever I'm fucking, right, that thing slips out, right? These girls be putting it back in, you know, type shit. It's like you knew what you were doing. I'm sorry. It's like, and that kind of thing, like when just thinking about it, it's like just makes me want to be a menace, like go shoot everything up, but. That's why I say body count is very important because for girls you have to preserve your value, whereas guys they have to create it.
Same thing with like attitude and action, but this goes both ways with guys and girls. But specifically, we're talking about girls here.
Yeah.
Things the way that you carry yourself, like also too, like we're saying with dress and stuff. That you may not be that girl, but you're looking the part.
Yeah, man.
Everybody's going to associate you with that.
Yeah. You may, like you said, your friends might look that way, and then one night you just dress like that too, and then it starts a whole chain reaction of where, okay, so you look just like the other girls I don't want nothing to do with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like if I was if I had like had motion like that, like if I was out here with all this money, but I decided to just look broke, be a brokey for one night, right?
You wouldn't get nothing. But the second you pop out with money, you.
Like yesterday, bro, I was out there in the club, lonely to the mug, right?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden it's like, oh, he's adorable.
Yeah.
Right? It's adorable. Like I was just in here. Yeah. No haircut, no nothing.
For sure.
100%. So I think that guys, I think we're all objects to a certain degree, men and women.
Yeah.
I think we are success objects, whereas girls tend to be sexual objects.
Yeah.
That's true.
And to a degree, I find nothing wrong with it because I think that's just the way how life goes for real. I mean, we all use each other to a certain degree. All that matters is really like, do we have your best interest at heart?
Yeah, absolutely, best interest. And for me, like at the end of the day, of course, you know, everything that you were saying matters. But like, I'm okay with handling X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like when I'm not handling that, like who's gonna be backing me up? Like
Facts.
when
you really down bad, like who really got your back type. You know
for sure. Like if I got a whole week at work, man, where it's just ass and like ain't nothing going right, trucks breaking, work ain't going good. You're waiting.
You're like, I just want this week to be over with. I am tired of this week.
And you're just, as me who I am, I'm going to keep going. But it's always nice to have that person there that's like, that you knows, like you were saying, that supports you and has those goals and like wants to build something with you. It's like, hey, it's part of it.
Yeah.
Like me and him, like the relationship that we have is like basically brothers. It's like, hey, bro, just keep going.
Yeah, that's what I tell Judge. Like, hey, man, we going to be all right. It's all right.
Yeah, 100%.
We're going to be all right.
For me, I'm not like, for me personally, like we were saying, like taking care of them, I'm not like real big when it comes to like emotions. Like I don't like showing those.
I ain't gonna lie, I checked out years ago
because
emotionally speaking.
Because you can't. How do I say this? You can't open up to a female, because if you open up to a female, the right one you can, but the rest of them, that's going to be used against you.
Yeah, you're going to be soft for the rest of your life.
Yeah, 100%.
I ain't gonna lie, man. But like, let's see, not just emotions, so to speak, but you could say certain things to a girl, and you think you all good, but in reality, they loading up the gun.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I got that
for next time, you know,
for sure.
And then whenever you do something, or whenever they think that you do something stupid, they gonna bring it back like, hey, that's why your dad left, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's like, dang, bro. It's like, I thought we were.
Where'd that come from?
Like you've been ready to throw that at me.
Yeah, 100%.
So, and I think that, girls can't whoop your ass. Like, they ain't got hands. They can't whoop your ass. So they gotta go about the other way. They gotta go about with emotions.
Yeah, or the same thing when you first start a relationship and you're talking and you're like, oh yeah, I like girls, you know, I like this, or I don't like this, or like these are things that I don't want. Like, it always seems like the things you set for yourself as like relationship goals, or like things you don't want, the things that you don't want are the things that end up catching up that ended anyway.
Yeah.
At least that's how that's went for me.
That's how it's went for me. 100. Yeah. And the second that like you get cheated on, or they break up with you or whatever, the things that you didn't like, within the next month, they make sure that they achieve those things.
Oh, a month, bro. My shit was like next night, next week.
Oh man, they already planned it out, bro.
It wasn't even completely over, and it was already planned out.
Listen, bro, I didn't want this one girl of mine going to the bar, right?
Yeah.
You know, I know what's there. I know how that works. You know,
and that's the thing too, bro. Is like, I trust my girl. I don't trust the guys.
Everybody else.
Yes.
I don't trust everybody else.
Yes.
And if I want to protect my girl, I'm not going to put her in bad situations in the first place.
Yeah, absolutely.
To begin with, right?
Absolutely.
And
unless
girls,
I'm there.
They're like, oh, well, how do you know? Because that's me. Like, I was that guy that's standing in the corner that's looking at
I'm
you.
a man.
Yeah, like I am that.
Yeah.
We know how that works.
Yeah. We know the little things that girls like to have done to them, or look at them, or whatever, that just starts that little seed that's like, oh, this guy right here, he just bought me a drink.
Or we know there's a lot of pieces of shit out here too, 100%, right? 100%. And like we know from a male gaze, like when a guy's like lurking and when he's really minding his own business.
Oh, just he's just my best friend.
Yeah.
or like yeah.
Okay.
Or like you were saying, like good guys, like genuinely, you know, a lot of us are the guys that we put ourselves around, you know, they're jam up dudes. Like we all, you know, we talk, we have similar things or whatever, but you know that like when a guy's not a good dude, because you surround yourself, like you saying you are who you surround yourself by. Yeah. You try to surround yourself with good dudes, so you know when the dude's not really a good, what his intentions are.
Mm-hmm. I think that's one thing that has men changing nowadays, is that they're realizing that the nice approach doesn't work anymore. So now they got, because as a man, it's like, when something doesn't go right, you got to switch it up.
Yeah, you figure out what works.
If past plays ain't working, you better run that motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
So for guys, it's like they're doing everything right in a relationship. Mm-hmm. They're giving a girl this, that, emotional support, all this stuff.
Absolutely.
And still ending up alone.
Yes.
So now they're seeing all these guys who ain't shit out here manipulating
jobless
girls,
and everything.
Jobless, no Indeed, no LinkedIn having motherfuckers, right? And they're over here,
no resume,
no resume. They got 20 jobs, no resume. How's that work?
Yeah.
Crazy. And they're over here with 3 girls ready to meet with them that night.
Yeah.
And 2 o'clock in the morning.
All 3 of them know that there's 3 of them, but they are still down for that dude.
And they all know each other. They know what that guy doing, but they still messing with him.
And that's what's changing the good guys into the guys like that.
Yeah.
That's what they see that.
That's what's made people like me ruthless. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had to get right a little bit. I had to switch things up and be like, I had to kind of put the pedal to the metal.
Absolutely,
bit,
because guys like that are the guys that are with girls that you used to be with, and it makes it seem like they're winning because they're with the girls that you used to be with, but they left you when you treated them like all that and did that all that for them and provided.
And it's like you see these girls that they with, like the guys are with now and stuff, and you know how you treated them. It's like, girl, I was the best you ever had. It's like,
yeah.
And now look at you. It's like you're struggling. It's like, what happened? Like, so I realized that girls could be attracted to one thing, but be aroused at another. They're looking for arousal and stuff like that. And apparently, unfortunately, they like men that are dominant. And what's one way you could show dominance is by treating someone like shit.
Yeah, or just not really giving a damn.
Yeah.
And like most of the time, like I just don't have that in me. I like to treat a girl nice. I like to treat a girl things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Treat how a woman is supposed to be treated.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I mean, I would love a relationship, but I've been so jacked up from previous relationships. I'm to the point where I would give you utmost respect, but I do not give a damn about the next female. Like, relationship wise. Like,
I feel you. Like they gotta do like, and that's why I come to like with trauma on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Is that I mean I saw myself getting married and all that stuff, but now I just don't know, man. I really don't know anymore, and it's gonna take something completely, really different to kind of like break me out of that. And that's another thing for girls is that they've been in a lot of bad relationships too. But when it comes to trauma, they tend to kind of bring it out on the next guy, and stuff to someone who didn't deserve it, who ain't caused none of that.
We literally just had this conversation last week, and I told him that it sucks to say it, but I've come to terms with that, like you said, you always want that family, like you always want a wife, you always want that stuff. It's not going to be perfect, of course. It's never.
But you want them kids running around the yard and everything else.
You want to experience that stuff. But I was talking to him about it last week, and he can vouch for this. I was like, dude, you know what? It might be coming to times where, like, I'm gonna just have to think about, what if I don't like get to do that? Like, what if I don't have that marriage? What if I don't have those? Like, I have to accept that. Like,
it's just harder it's just harder now than it was back in the day.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, nowadays I call it wholeflation, for example, right? where guys have to work 10 times as hard to get a woman that was 10 times worse than the grandmothers.
Yeah. That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Now back in the day, all you could do was just have a regular minimum wage job, and a girl would be there with your kids. Everybody loves you and all that stuff. You'd be doing good. Now you got to have 2 or 3 jobs just to stay afloat by yourself.
Too many options.
Yeah.
And too many options.
And grandmas, whenever we get to be older, are going to have, back tattoos and tattoos on their ass. And,
don't even.
all those things.
Yeah. Now, I like tattoos, but I can't have you. But I like... It's a certain level to it.
Yeah.
I think it's more acceptable from a guy than it is from a girl. I like the girl that is just like clear canvas, sundress, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
cooking in the kitchen. Shut the fuck up here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding, but I'm just kidding. But
that's awful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, girls want traditional men. Yes. But they're not traditional themselves.
No. Absolutely.
But traditional women back in the day, you know what they did? They shut the fuck up.
But traditional men, being that traditional guy that they say that they want, don't get you nothing but left.
Yeah. And that's why we switching it up, man.
That's why you're turning into the asshole.
You got to.
You got to, man. I remember I tried to, I went all in on the, Playboy role it was in the beginning of 2023. The greatest 3 months I've ever had, right? I was juggling 4 chicks and left and right. None of them knew about each other, but man, it was a wild 3 months, man.
Your life sounds like a rap song, that 3 months.
Yeah. I couldn't make a rap song.
Just out of 3 months.
Just about your 3 months.
Yeah. 3 months. 3 months in 2023.
I'm trying to see what that's like.
I'm not trying
You gotta check yourself out, man. I'm telling you, man. But I get, but man, there ain't nothing more that I want than just to treat a girl good.
Absolutely.
She knows that she got something good. You know what I'm saying?
I want to come home to the same one every single night. That's what I want.
Yes, dude.
Yeah, man.
That is exactly.
Ain't nothing on fire.
No.
Ain't nobody talking
dinner
shit,
cooked, dinner not cooked. It don't bother me.
Yeah.
Like, a big thing with me is like, I want a woman that's in the house. But guess what? If you got off at say 6 o'clock and I got off at 5 o'clock and I'm home before you, I don't expect you to get home take a shower, turn around.
Of course,
cook dinner and all that. I can take care of it.
If I'm off work and she has to go work, like I'll cook for cook for the day. Yeah. Like I'm here to help. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm fair.
It's team stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. The here to help thing. Like I want if my girl like say we want more stuff, like you know we're all talking about building here and we want to build, and she's got her a job. Sweetheart, go get your money. Like you go get yours, I'm gonna get mine. You got a career, like a nurse, a doctor, whatever, or whatever it is, of course. But if you have something that's that serious, like that you have goals that you want to be that, because it takes a lot of dedication to do those things.
Yeah, I mean they're within their right to do that for sure, right?
Absolutely.
And I just think that a lot of girls are misguided, and most of them don't even want to go work like that. I don't even want to go to work.
No, girls want to be housewives, but they don't want to act like a housewife.
Yeah, I don't think they like the idea of it. They don't want to take what comes with it. But also the thing is like with working too is like, hey, you got to take what comes with it too, man. You're going to have to be at this by yourself for most of the time, unless there's a guy out there that can y'all can come together and stuff like that. But in reality, it's like his money is our money, right? And her money is her money nowadays. Yes. So even then, I mean, that's just something else. But I think girls need to be honest with themselves and really think for themselves for a change, because most girls are group thinkers. They think in groups. They don't really think for themselves. If one girl decides it's one thing, then they all decide it.
Yeah, but also also too, guys though, like we got to admit, like we're out here creating this, like we're showing them that attention.
Yeah. Like I think this is all our fault, because I think from the beginning of just voting rights, I mean, we're taking
it way.
Not back. Saying that
swinging from
I'm not saying that girls shouldn't vote, right?
Right.
That's what I'm not saying, but I'm just taking it back there just to show you that, like, hey, we gave these girls voting rights. Men gave women everything.
That pedestal.
The pedestal that they get
women
put
have
on.
given women, guys have given women everything, and that's just a fact. You can look at it in history. Everything that girls have gotten was because of men. Rights, the phone that they talk shit about men about, the car they drive, and everything. But they complain about the patriarchy while realizing that the patriarchy in and of itself is benefiting women nowadays. So, but I don't think they're ready for that conversation.
No,
right.
Now there's some real women that I know out there that know what's up. Like they've tried that here and there, and they realize this ain't for me.
There is some really good women that already know how it is, but
there's
finding them.
And there's also some out there that went through the same stuff that we're talking about, that they went through that same stuff and they're just in the same spot of kind of giving up.
Yeah, I feel you. A lot of girls have given up. You know how many times I've heard from women, it's like, bro, I think I'm just going to be single for the rest of my life.
Bro, I'm there too. I ain't going to lie with big girl.
Hey, man. I'm almost there for sure.
We on that. I'm on that. Worry about what I got going on.
I'll say this. Not saying I've checked out.
Right.
I'm more focused on my career and what I got going on.
1,000%.
Yeah. A relationship. That's all I got to say.
1,000%.
But yeah,
I'm worried about what I know is true, like friends, that kind of stuff, family. I'm more worried about friends, family, job, success, that kind of stuff, than something that can tell me that it's going to be here for 5 or 6 months that says they're never going to leave, and then they do. I'm worried about what's stuck around.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? A girl can switch her emotions tomorrow, but at the end of the day, a dollar is still going to be a dollar, man.
Hey,
it's
facts.
How it is, man.
Still spins the same.
It does. Still spins the same, man. Well, shoot, man. This has been a really good episode, man.
Absolutely. We can talk.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I know we can go on and on all day.
We could.
But, I really appreciate y'all coming on here, man. Y'all have any final thoughts?
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, man. You want to say anything for the camera or whatnot?
Check us out, Next Level Creations. Check us out at Music City. We're going to be there.
Sir,
we got a booth, man.
Yeah, hey, man. Look, linking their Instagram for the brand and their individual accounts will be in the link in the description down below. So you can check them out on our stories as well, man. We'll shout them out, all that good stuff, man. But I'm going to leave y'all with one last question. This will be a quick one. Now, what is one thing you wish women understood better about men?
Not all of them are bad, and some use work to get away from their past.
That's nice. That's one thing with respect, too, is that, if you're not receiving it in the home, a man's going to receive it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Whether it be work, another woman, the Call of Duty lobby, somewhere else.
We are going to find peace somewhere.
We're going to find peace, respect, appreciation somewhere.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of what I was going to say, but I guess I think time is taken too much for granted. I think that if I spend, and of course also too, like it's not about financially, but if I work hard for $1 like everybody else does, and I'm willing to spend that on you, and I'm willing to treat you above and beyond like I do, and then you should consider like respect and morals more that I have.
I think a man shows his loyalty through his resources,
absolutely,
stuff like that.
What you're willing to share that you work so hard for to have,
to let them come into what you've built.
Yes,
that is. I think a woman, that's a big one.
That's a big one.
I think a woman shows her loyalty through, not letting anyone else, see her goodies and whatnot. I think what God made beautiful, He made hard to get.
Yeah,
and He made it very valuable for a reason. That's why like gold, diamonds, all that stuff is very hard to find.
Absolutely.
So, like, for a woman, I think they're way more important than diamonds and gold and all that stuff. So when I see them out here dressed with less clothing than what they go to bed with, I have a problem with it because it's like you want to be taken seriously, but it's like,
or for $15.99 you can see what their future husband or boyfriend's supposed to see.
$2.99, man, less than a Big Mac.
What her kids are gonna, they're gonna go to school and be like, "Oh, your mom's got this OL." Oh,
cooks, bro. Cooks, man.
Could you imagine being in a Call of Duty lobby in like 20 years? I wouldn't even have a microphone.
Oh, man. I've been called every name under the sun except for a child of God in Call of Duty lobby, man. It's crucial in there,
It is wild.
And they've gotten, it's gotten pretty low down now. Like, it's not that bad.
Well, I think it's really competitive now. For me, I was just talking to talk.
Yeah.
But now it's like a whole business now. Yeah. Like, people actually, like, in tournaments, there's leagues, stuff like that.
But like back to what we were saying about the stuff that you'd want.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like love, loyalty, and respect. Like, if I'm gonna do all that for you, I'd like it in return too.
Yeah, reciprocate the value, man.
100%.
Yeah, that's all we ask for. We ain't ask for much. You know what I'm saying? You give us that, man. He'll give you the world for sure. At the end of the day,
for sure.
That's right, bro.
I think they just want to struggle nowadays. So
absolutely.